All right, we're live for FPX versus Nova, and the comps are just as silly as the last one. We got Neon on Sunset, Chamber, Harbor, and Viper, and yeah, Phoenix is there too. So Life is on Chamber, that's cool. Autumn is on the Phoenix. Ayang is on Sova, which I really like on this map. Berlin, Lysol, so yeah, they are a lot of Phoenix already in China for some reason. FPX is cooking again. It's like Angel is still there. Let's be honest. It's like he's still involved. So the compositions are kind of crazy. Gorilla, the analyst of Team Vitality, is saying that Phoenix is the best agent in the game. Fair enough. Killjoy and Sunset's noise. I didn't even see that from Nova. I was so focused on what the hell FPX were doing that I didn't even pay attention to Nova outside of the Neon. Autumn is a very good Phoenix. I feel like we've seen it before, but off the top of my head, okay, that transition from the map into the in-game map is crazy good. Production has just been on fire this event so far. There's no UI. There it is. Yeah, so they have Breach, Fade, Neon, Omen, Killjoy. Killjoy, yeah, is odd. But neither team running Cypher. They're running different Sentinels, which I guess is nice for like diversity, but Sentinels, that's kind of it. Spooky Breach, yeah. I've forgotten how, like, Xiaodong? I think it's Xiao something, but I might just call him Xiao at this point. You got Obi-Wan, and then Panghong, CB, and Guang. Ayang, Lysol, Autumn, Berlin, Life. Again, weird. I mean, my Chinese is not necessarily good with the names, so I could very much be wrong on some of those. Viper's Wall going up into top mid. Breachstone actually going off at top of the alarm, but like hitting. You got the C's, they've used the horn. Put a lot of pressure towards CT, and then backing off and now breaking over towards market. This is one way though from the defense. So Obi-Wan's just holding. It's also Xiao IGLing. And is it Autumn IGLing? Can't be right. Obi-Wan has actually just cleared up. Oh my god. He might be the chosen one. He just obliterated them. Oh. I don't think anybody else's classic does that. Xiao IGLing for FPX, what happened to Angel? I mean, yeah, this is a very different look of an FPX, to say the very least. Guan is actually playing the duelist. So Guan played the like breach, like the flex role for RNG. Kind of crazy that he's on it. I mean, nice peek there onto Life. Like, to give context, Nova is considered the DFM of China. Like, they should be the worst team because their team didn't do anything throughout all of the like recent China tournaments, and they didn't make any real roster upgrades other than Guang. And FBX was like top 2, top 3 consistently in the Evolution series. Right, that's unfair to Nova. No, it's true. Like, Nova, on the face of it, should be the worst team in VCT. So if they actually do some damage here, I mean, it's going to be changed. Okay. It's pretty clean as well. I mean, I said clean. He does have time. He hasn't got time. How do I? It's been literally like 2 hours of watching Chinese Valorant, and that happens. He almost Summit 1Gs himself, and then still runs out of time to get it anyway. And he just can't get on it. Like, the snake bite is so clutch from Lysol. Nova is this year's KC? Maybe. And that was like so clean from Guang as well. Like the dash double marshal. You'll never find like a minute worth of highlighting the good and bad of China other than that clip, I don't think. Hang's upgraded. Everybody has. It's just a full buy for FPX, and then everybody's on an eco for Nova. You got the turret. I guess it's like the turret going off would have a stun, and then you got somebody to peek off of it, which I guess is kind of nice for the like Viper wall. But now they can't know at all that FPX is going to run a comp like this. I mean, why would they? Is China looking good? I don't know. They are just off the deep end with some of the comps that they're running. It's entertaining. There's definitely no argument from me there, but man, some of these rounds are just... Yeah, and Trace did just obliterate Tyloo before this. Autumn pushing up to backside. You got the high tide as well to cover up some of these sight lines. Blaze as well to block off from Boba. Just a lot of walls on Sunset for this game. And Lysor's just holding. The paranoia goes across sight. It does hit onto the harbor, but there's so many other people it just doesn't hit. And Guang is just... Okay. That's free with a sheriff. He's in a 1 versus 2. He's gonna ace with the he's just dashing out. He's like 4 HP. What the fuck is Guang? Oh my god, this is actually crazy. And he just has it. That is the first ace of China. And I don't think we're getting a better one than that. This league is going to give me an aneurysm. What? This was the Breach player. This was a Breach. Is this the new Ye? Is this like the sort of flexed onto a duelist? He doesn't even look fucking bothered. Look at him. Oh my god. Why am I stood? I need to sit down. Well, FPX are on an eco, other than Berlin as a rifle. China's answer to Jing, maybe. He's literally just running around the map. This is just DM, isn't it? Alright, life's cleared him. Don't let this... No, don't let this be a thing. Don't let this be an eco round, please. I think it's gonna be. Are we gonna see like 3 50s back to back? Hang has no kills so far. Peeks out to get 1! Ooh, oh my god! This might be the most insane start to a map I think we've ever seen. It's a good job there's no English broadcast, because I think they all would have passed out at this point. The mechanics are crazy on both of these. Oh, 20 HP is so unlucky. And now there's another eco on the other side. Thrifty. So now Nova should win this as a 52, right? Right, at least like FPX have like retained control. English analysts are falling apart. Yeah, it's done. Everybody's quit. Alright, so the cascade's going up towards like upper. Does anybody have a better call for this than upper? It's not really heaven, is it? Raid boss down, maybe. Alright, Life has sort of cleared it. A-Link, you just go for that. I don't really like the generic like A-Link, B-Link kind of calls, but sometimes it's just needed. And Life gets Shell. All aim, no brain. There's some brain, but I think they're just getting it out of their system, I think. Yeah, it says a lot, like the Chinese casters are just so unfazed by it. But to be fair, I think like a lot of the like broadcast stuff for China is very formal. I almost broke my computer watching G versus Blade. Yeah, that probably was the worst series of Valorant I've ever seen. In like tier 1. Used to it maybe? Yeah, exactly. They're like, alright, Wang has just killed everybody on an eco. And he missed the defuse because of a snake bite and he almost died to it. Esports is as big or bigger than regular sports in China, yeah. They take it very seriously. There's one thing to know about that is like, I mean, from everything so far, it's just been like perfect, right? As a start. What did you say was the worst series I've watched? Global Esports versus Bleed. Like, it just... It was tough to watch by the end. Early timeout though from Nova, but I don't hate it. Mostly because it's just, alright, you've like played the first 5 rounds on stage in tier 1. Like, you're doing well, you're beating them on mechanics. Let's like try to tighten things up a little bit more now. Was it worse than... The problem with G versus Bleed, the reason why I rate it worse is because it was competitive. Team Liquid destroyed K-Corp when they played like last year. So it was a quick series, but if they went to like 4 free maps and almost went to OT on the last one, that's why I consider it worse. Actually, just sort of playing here. Life is just eking forward ever so slightly. He attempted to put down a trademark to stop people from pushing it further. Win chat here. Yeah, a lot of Sliggy people, and also like this stream is going to end up on Sliggy's YouTube channel, so that's fun. I actually can't wait to see Sliggy's reaction to some of the rounds that have been happening here. Like, I have nothing. Nightfall goes onto the site. I think it's like just a straight B hit, and they've been absolutely bamboozled. Everybody's coming from market to come across, and off with the Phoenix ult as well. Alright, so there's at least a little bit of a trade there. One's going to go in 4 versus 3. Lysol's trying to hold off on Guang. Guang is just defeating everybody in his aim battles. He's in a 1 versus 2. Stun is great, actually, to go more towards upper. Niang at least tracks him and follows him well. Alright, things are starting to settle down, I think, a bit more. But he fought some good ultimates out of FPX, but I think that's going to have to be an eco now for China. Also, I forget that China likes to do the instant switch into player cameras afterwards. So we can't even talk about like what the eco is like. Guang is I just can't believe that, like, he was one of the players I actually really liked from RNG, but he wasn't on Duelist. He's 12 and 3. Is he deadlifting right now? Does he have more kills than the rest of his team? We see so little of the kill, like the scoreboard. It's hard to know. Alright, Guang has gone down, but there's not really too much for Nova to work with, like, gun-wise. I say that, but, I mean, it worked fine, but... Raid boss is down for Guang. God help us. What have we unleashed upon the world with the China region?
富足了。
对的，
就他们有点不惧怕去掉武器的一个行为了。
但他们还是很稳健啊。只有 Alton 的话是站在一个比较激进的位置。看看 Obi-Wan， 如果说下不了。
I mean, they're just seeing if they can get some like exit frags. Maybe FPX is going to overstep, and I mean they are. Obi-Wan Kenobi's about to get more with the sheriff.
有点危险。
What's he say about blasters in the films? Like, so uncivilized. He's there just glocking everybody. Very winnable again. Like, time was getting a little bit low, I suppose, for Nova to do much there, but...
经济方面还有技能点球的话，其实也算是比较赚的。
These deagles are scary. Also, like, there's a weird replay noise. It's happened in America, I'm pretty sure, as well. Like, just some, like, weird artifacting. He gets the third one as well eventually, right? They don't have discipline. I mean, that's what Nova were waiting for. Nova have discipline. And they have a 4-buy now. So Panghang has a lockdown. There's a From the Shadows. I'm just going to call him Showers, one away from having his Rolling Thunder. And then you got a Reckoning for Berlin again. You got Viper's Pit and Hunter's Fury. So Ultimates are now starting to look like really crisp and clean. Money is pretty tight though, and you have got life on the op now. Attack op in, I sort of said it before, very popular in China. So playing Chamber in China even could be a lot. Surely they clear this corner. Luckily, like Lysol clears him. Shower's just pinged in this corner. The Reckoning's going off. The snake biting to stop him from crossing across. And he still gets a kill. Viper's Pit is going to come in, and the plant is more out in the open. Rolling Thunder is going to come through. It forces the Chamber to TP out. The spike still hasn't been planted. Obi-Wan is like on the backside. That gets traded by Lysol. Has he been out of his ultimate too long? Yes, he has. The Guang is going to peek him. Autumn now in a 1 versus 1. CB, he's jumping. He's 30 HP. He has his Molly, has his ultimate. Can't really use either. Nice clutch. I mean, I'm getting some good fucking practice as a play-by-play caster here, because that is just... And then, good God. Nobody can tell me that this isn't the most entertaining like region of Valorant that we've seen. Like, these games are just a complete circus. If you can cast China, you can cast any game. That feels pretty like accurate. I wonder if like Munchables from the LPL like agrees. Are you usually the color caster, Ryan? Yeah. I'm more like the analytical, coachy kind of person. But I think that's gone out. Like, my understanding of Valorant has just gone out the window since I've started watching China. I feel like my brain has grown and shrunk at the same time. Yeah, big man Joe Fenny on the cast, yeah. Like, can you imagine me and like Pavlos casting this? I don't think Pavlos would survive. I think he'd just quit. Right, Rolling Thunder is available at least. There's a stun waiting to go off of this alarm bot. Seems that that's a big focus of what Nova wants to do. And then he just peeks ahead of beforehand. So, like, all of the whole setup, all the whole system has just kind of gone out. You've got the Harbor pushing mid with the wall. He's backed off because he's on his own. So, like, Market's pressured. They're now going to walk up on A because they used the Phoenix ult in B main. So that's pulled a rotation. So that's given another kill to Life. Raid Boss Guang is there and gets cleared. Like, Life is playing this terrifically. Like, he's just sitting and waiting. Like, if you wonder where Ye went, I think the essence of playing Chamber has gone on to Life, because this is how Ye used to play. It was never really like super flashy on the Chamber. It was just slow, progressive, like pushing up, and the rest of the team making calls around it. Literal Life round. And I imagine that these two are just going to save. Yeah, there's no official broadcast for China in English, so there's me. I'm not trying to cast it. I'm not trying to like play-by-play it as much. I'm just literally trying to talk about it as I would a watch party. Ye's downfall needs to be studied. I don't want to... I'm going to hold off on my opinion of it because I don't know if it was Ye's decision to want to flex. I don't know if it was like... I don't think it was forced upon him, right? But I think that the biggest missed opportunity wouldn't be buying Ye and then not putting him on a duelist / chamber. It'd be doing that and then not making a video on YouTube with Ye to discuss why he's on that role. In the same way that Sentinels do, like, why is Tens playing on Omen? Bleed need to make that video. If they don't, that's the biggest missed opportunity. Wong tries to pull out the ultimate and just get shut down. It seems that like FPX are pretty well prepped for it. And then the rest of Nova are starting to go for 1v1s. No, but why did he do? I don't know, but I'd love to hear it from the horse's mouth and like Bleed to make content around it. Like interviews with Lakaja, like clips, comms pieces. Ye talking about how he felt in that third map. Like, obviously you want to make sure that Ye is okay, like make sure that he gets like checked up and stuff, but like afterwards, like Bleed need to make some content around this because people are genuinely curious of what's going on. Stun is at least going to slow these players down, but it's like no gun upgrades for Nova. You're just on pistols, one frenzy, no sheriffs. I wonder if the classics can hit just as hard as Nova's, like pistol round. Been a lot of rounds where Panghang has just kind of been stuck on an angle, and then FPX have just walked up and cleared him. I'm worried about Ye's health, to be honest. I mean, stress, caffeine, long nights. Hopefully it's nothing too serious, but yeah, like, people went in hard. I don't think there's any point speculating about what the hell, like, happened and whose fault it is until, like, we hear from, like, Bleed themselves about it. Is there any good oppers in China besides Kung Kung? Autumn was pretty good. Life is really good. Kai is good for Trace. Stew. Exclamation point Stew. Like, we'll be cooking about Stew when we get to JDG, that's for fucking sure. 1G is now on the operator, so that's a good clear. Stew is my hero. Fever is also a really good opera too, yeah. Why China good region? The first ace that we saw in this region was a Sheriff Eco. And it was just Guan just dashing around the site like an anime character. Man's John Wick, I'm pretty sure. I swear if he keeps this up, people are just going to start calling him Guan Wick, aren't they? That'd be a great nickname for him, actually. CB's just dodging all of these shock darts. There is a fall by here this time, and everybody's alive from Nova. Juan still has the operator, so he's pushing through. CB kind of gets caught out alone, and Berlin's not afraid to peek it. This is where like FPX has been a lot clearer. Great stun, great peek from Obi-Wan. The stun aftershock is a nice one. Obi-Wan with a classic. I swear to God, how many of these kills from Nova have been classic kills? Good retake. He's literally just Guan. Yeah, I keep saying Guan. I used to call him Guan G, so that's even worse. Like Guan Wick is, I think, how it should be. Could we get cast in 1 round for how you'd cast a VCT Champions game? I don't really do play-by-play, but like, I want to make sure. Okay, so we have a full buy. Mr. Stat, how's Nova looking? Holy shit, Saint. You will not believe some of the rounds that have happened so far. Like, Guan is absurd. Why did RNG have him playing Breach? I have no idea. Right, Tether Force has been used. This is kind of like how I'd probably cast. Stun's going to at least force him away, but you've still got a little bit of that lurk from Lysar over there. Just keeping an eye, not really trying to push up at any point. And picking up the orb. I don't see who it was for. When the action happens, I'll try and do some play-by-play. Guan, he's him, yeah. Guan Wick is killing it. I'm not going to do it anymore. I feel like I'm trying to force it. Swell was also really good. I actually really like the RNG team. Like, I don't really know what went wrong for them, but I mean, RNG just quit out of Valorant once he didn't get partnership, which was a shame. Could have done quite a lot of damage at Ascension. Reckon he's going to go in onto site. This alarm bot and the nanoswarm that are down are not going to really be able to do much because of how far away they are. Life is still holding in mid. Prowler's going to see if they can clear anything out, but considering where Life is, going to have 2 people peek into him. That's nice from Obi-Wan and the rest of Nova to try and actually clear out that lurk. Now they've got their own lockdown. Shock Dart's already been used actually from the Sova, so that's not really any damage done over towards that point. Looking like it's going to go down. Lysol needs to push it like crazy. Luckily they break it. They run into Guan that's got a Bucky in hand, a Shorty and the Operator, sorry. And now IGL, they're sticking the defuse. Shao is fighting for his life and he just gets it. Oh my god. It is actually pronounced Obi-Wan, which makes it so good. They have the, luckily for China, they have the walkouts with the like robot lady enunciating thing that they have the, like previous international events, which yeah makes my life so much easier. I like the Neon Sunset. I can imagine. Hey Alex. Hard week of game changers for you guys first. But you're on an AUG now. You've got that spot now. The real work begins, right? All right, halftime, pretty close. I mean, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Nova are on something. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. No Autumn Neon. I mean, he's on Phoenix. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's done an awful lot, but I guess you have some flashes, right? Because you have the chamber. RNG didn't play the Valorant players too. They didn't pay their coach. I don't know about the players, but yeah, probably some stuff. If China are already quickly developed in the PC version, I don't want to think how quickly they will clap us on the mobile version. I mean, yeah, like this is the other thing. Like Nova as an org, I think for people like me that do a lot of PC esports, I didn't know much about Nova. I didn't know much about tech. I didn't know much about Trace. Nova is giant in mobile gaming. Like PUBG Mobile, they're pretty well known in. They're in Wild Rift. They're in Honor of Kings as well, I think, right? Like they have 3 million followers on Weibo, like their page, which is like just as much as some of the other big orgs in the LPL and in here. FPX is like 6 or 7 million, but it's because they've been around the world and they won worlds. Just asking one of the mistakes for GE versus Zeta. Are they good enough or not? I don't know. I don't think that the bind stuff was definitely overcooked. I think there was like a premise there, but it didn't make sense the way that their comp was versus how they played. Nova, they're going to make it 2 out of 2 pistols. I mean, they just are battering FPX in some of these fights. Ayang's just allowed to sort of isolate 2 separate 1v1s. Nova, pretty low on health in comparison now. Glenn and Lysol trying to flank either side. You don't have that Killjoy turret to watch a flank too. It's just Nova cutting noise and waiting. How could you contest A main with this comp? I think that's probably one of the main parts of it. Especially when it's just you don't have anything to stop it. They are going to walk right into Berlin, who's going to 1v1 them. CB versus Lysol, and Lysol is fully expecting him to rotate round. He just sees the leg. Good positioning from him. And I guess like a nice try from Nova. Like it was a good pistol. But outside of them getting that initial fight, like in the mid round, it was a little bit better for FPX.
在进攻方这一波打的没有任何的问题。
Nova won back-to-back global championships in PUBG Mobile Esport. What years? Because I don't know. I didn't know that.
就是像虎枪及火
But was that like this year, last year, 5 years ago? I don't know.
没有想到。
对，阿阳顶了2个，柏林也顶了2个。对于 Nova 来说，可能他们在打出人数优势之后，有一点犹豫了。他们没有想好到底是选择直接进点，还是说进行转点。他们在犹豫之间就给到了对手机会。
是。
I might need to buy the capsule for Nova to get the classic.
吃到了非常多的技能。那 Nova 其实在为数不多技能的情况下是灌给了这个通道的位置。
Life is still playing close. He doesn't have the TP, so he's just fighting. Is it a stun or a flash in hand for Shao? Flash, looked away, dodge nicely from Life. Ayang's got him covered for the most part. Obi gets his. Obi always gets one.
非常的干脆啊，在自己没有经济的情况下，Nova选择抱团打了一波侧道的位置。
而你能够明显感觉到，就是 Nova 他们在短枪局想要去打这种提速打法，对方 Plus 来说他们是有预警，他们是做了一些针对性的一些布置，防守前压，包括站前点，这些其实都是
2021, okay.
打提速的过程中能够先行完
I
成。
should be able to read. So basically, like start of COVID.
从方 Plus 这个站位上面就能够看出来，做出了一些针对。
Honestly, yeah, I think you can run no Viper bind more so than you can run without a brim.
这把蟒侠有在直架的，但地位走过来看一下光。
Life now having
光是只有半
the
甲
outlaw on
是有点
defense.
吃不住的。
他这个狂怒想
I think Sliggy had a really good point. I mentioned it a couple of times, like just how the outlaw is really good at confirming bonus rounds. It just makes it so much easier to just
这无人机一扎扎俩还。
farm momentum up and snowball halves.
但是
You got both the prowlers out, and Life hasn't shown that he's got the outlaw yet.
应该是多人的。
But they're gonna guess, I imagine. You're playing chamber, you're gonna have like an AWP in hand.
但是哎，
And he's just out in the open, and it just allows an easy peek onto Guan.
队友第一时间是帮不上他的。
I think what was Guan like? Just the smoke was here, and there was a bit of a gap.
边的 Auto 也是被收掉了。
Obi's got one.
这一波对于方 Plus
Just a lot of spraying, and the controller player's pushed up. So you don't have the smoke here at the moment because he's kind of busy.
形成了 Nova 按照
Doesn't have a smoke anyway.
还是比较分散的这个。
This is a really good post plan for Nova. It's going to be hard to break it unless these players just decide that they want to start pushing in one at a time. But like for FPX, they might as well go for this. It's a bonus.
少的，他们只能去
They are kind of doing it one at a time. One is in a really good spot playing in alley.
没有给到阿阳机会。
Harbor Wall is actually really good at separating a lot of the things, but
一直下不来，是
they were pinging this. They thought that the spike might have been planted there, but it's planted safe.
要上拉留一手
So
尴尬。
nice try if it was like an actual like default plant.
柏林要面对一个1v5，想要去强行。
But you got nothing. Just dying to the spike is fine. Anybody go down for Nova? No, flawless. Really good like attack round.
9比6。这一分其实你能够明显感觉到，就 Nova 这个时机点其实是捕捉的非常好的。
对
他抓到了 FunPlus 可能他们
I think
冲上面
for
没有
global,
及时的
you only pick that comp if it's going well in
一瞬间
scrims.
直接抓到了一个把侧身给到了管道的 Life，
对，
这个手杀非常关键。
其实 Life 当时第一时间
But
是
yeah,
想着换一个
it's
位置站
it's
上
definitely
一下
odd.
但是没有想到管道第二
I
时
think we're
间
gonna see
真的
like
有点
weirder stuff as the year progresses, but
而且 Life
that
上个
that
回合因为
takes the weirdest comp of the year award, especially because they played it twice.
没钱了，所以说有时候蟒侠害人不浅啊。
I got the Haunt to sort of clear alley. Fast aggression. You don't have the Viper Wall to help you here, so you just kind of have to take these fights, but
哦能跑，因为现在这个剧
FPX have done well here because they forced out a lot of utility already. You've got the Aftershock, you've got the Paranoia,
测到第一时间
one Nano Swarm,
看给了一
two
个
Prowlers already used
对于
before
他们在第一波的
Nova
进攻
getting
之
onto
后
the site.
他们后面进点的技能其
The
实
only
是
person that's still got full util is
包括像
Guan.
是闪和暗眼都交过。第二时间看一下方
And then
法
for ultimates, neither side have much good trade. Actually, fantastic for Guan. He literally just stays still and FPX walk right into him.
在这个通道的位置架了非常长的时间，
4打2
He's 21 and 10.
安置爆能器对防 Plus 来说，这个回防变得非常困难，而且 Life 非常尴尬，他只有一把正义。
The only thing I can think of now is like Guan's son.
眼内啊，所以他是没有办法去
Guan Nova, win some fucking rounds.
这边的位置 Life 回防是没有枪械的情况下，看看 Nova 3架的一个枪线，屁股后面其实不太敢绕，因为一直有一个自动哨兵。
And then it's just saving this. I mean, Life has nothing to really save at this point.
这一分就是
对
Guan doing the Kaiko, that's also true, yeah.
适性的去断一下。 正义出烟，但是他还行。
Nice 4K. I mean, he has his ult now.
队友要不要帮忙找一下 ace 呀？有没有能不能找到
Why does it say he's got his ult, but it's not
说实话
available to
他们
him?
现在已经推到一个非常安全的位置了。
OK，
Was that just the UI kind of bugging out there, or? It says that he has it on this, or did he use it? I don't think he used it.
还是如愿以偿拿了下来7比9，并且他们把 FunPlus 的经济打到了一个非常差的状况了。
So the mid round is being a lot better from Nova now. I think the plan for FPX is like, let's fight for this a little bit. We can't fight it too much because they just have too much utility. But let's fight it enough to where Nova just splooge a lot of utility that they don't have stuff for the later part of the round.
就是一打多。
And then they just walk into Guan and give him 3 easy kills.
做到同时覆盖的情况下，就图比较小的情况下，黑梦能够获取信息的能力是要比猎枭要强一点。
Yeah, Guan was an initiator for RNG. I've said this like 15 times because I can't believe it either.
幻影的有一把英雄幻影在。
Cascades just right in front of where the turret was going to be.
第一时间前点不像
A little more control from
因为
FPX.
前几分其实艾博的这个位置放得很轻松。
No timeout from FPX either yet, and this hasn't necessarily been like the best of performances from
把
them.
速度先放慢下来。
It's just been Nova that's been calling them.
他们先要架一下默认，看一下你会不会进行一些非常规的防守前压。而 FunPlus 他们上一分的这个主动的反清失败了之后啊，他们也是打得比较保守，在第2时间来到了中路。
哦，其实这个烟有点明显，
哦，
在预警中路
I didn't misread it. I'm.
前压了。
是的，
I think it's a UI bug. I'm not certain.
谨
Yeah.
慎的。
对。
他这个位置一直在直架，但是碧通已经做出非常大的动静了。
来到高点位，有金牌猎头。看一下这个寻敌剑士照到了2个人的点位，胖豪想要去偷溜。
It was a 7-5 half. FPX won the pistol and the round following, and then the rest has been all Nova.
反而增加了他们
That's two been good. It's against like a mixed, like half buy. Buy next essentially for FPX.
搜一下，但欧坦的枪有点差呀，欧坦和阿阳的枪都有点差，狂烈之怒直接
They gonna use the Hunter's Fury here?
好像感觉效果并不是那么好。
Like the spike's planted. There's only one person that's dead. I think Nova might have good setup with this. I mean, it's got close now actually.
只剩下欧林欧，他手上只有一个阵可以用，闪崩电，而且面前是有烟的，烟进行了隔绝，正
Still
面先
missed.
收了一个，
He's got half. Oh, and got off of it. All right, actually, never mind. FPX shut me up. They went for the retake and it worked out massively.
他们在中路找到了对面弹幕的人的情况下，这一波的回防技能 combo 是做的非常足。
我觉得这就是在防守方回防他的烟雾技能比较多的情况下的一个优势。虽然说他们的枪械不好，你可以看到近点的话，他们都是有烟雾的。
Autumn gets one with a ghost and then goes in.
来到近点，从而是
Oh, he gets half and gets off of it because his blaze was only going to stay up for so long.
阵型进行进一步的隔开，
对，
然后去在局部和区域里面去进行一个多打少。
刚看到本林的那个海顿，真有点不讲道理，
对，
就是把对手给隔绝掉了。
哎，这边看一下光直接开大。
One pushing in. Oh, the stun is really nice onto Ayang.
而且后面有2个背身。
Great. Holy crap. Nova have like cooked up a good strat here.
爪给的实际也非常的漂亮，两个的一个易损，一个残血的情况下是直接掉了。
哇，那对于防 plus 来
I'm trying to swear less because this is like on a sliggy like VOD
兄弟们
YouTube channel.
打5现在对于 Life 和刘一手来说，这个残局其实是很难打的。
Alex, you are cooking good if you're just taking stuff from this comp, I swear.
有一分保底，
但想想算了，毕竟看了一下 Berlin 的经济也不太好。
留给本林吧。本林这个存款400块，
是的，
确实没有办法起枪。
你能够明显感觉到 Nova 确实是有很多这种小套路、小战术的。
Multiple people actually just going to push and hunt for these like final 2 guns.
对于阿阳来说，其实是有点懵的，就他还在捏。
I like Life Chamber generally, but this is like the one team comp you do not want no Cypher into.
对。
Yeah, true.
前几分 Nova 其实对于中路的一个控制权，他的欲
You don't really like. Maybe that's why they've picked the Killjoy in this map. Just like the nano swarm, like you might have nano swarm lineups to break Cypher trips.
打了一波夹击，而且配合的。
I mean, that's like an underrated bit of it. That's nice though.
加上一个优爪。
哦呦，这3个人其实都很尴尬，你能看到在助攻。
I'm just here sounded like Shirley from Community. That's nice.
而在最后好像只有刘一手把枪保了下来。那对方 plus
What patch is this on? It's the most recent, but not the chamber. It's not chamber buffs one.
守方的一个防守站位啊，有点被 Nova 洞悉到。
Chamber buffs are coming in for Madrid, I suppose.
说光这个霓虹确实。
There's the first FPX timeout though.
吃到了真的是舒服啊。
8.02, yeah, not 6.
团队配合把
It would be kind of crazy if, like, after a day they're playing on a patch. It's usually like give it a couple of weeks.
看一下，在暂停完回来之后 ，FunPlus 要怎么去做改变了？
Man, I
他们其实有尝
didn't have this on my bingo card. I think for like world rankings, I could probably make like a little icon on like the teams for where I'd like rate them.
对，
Nova is like 11th. I have them as the worst team like in the region. Also, Thailand must be bricking themselves if they have to play up against this. Like Nova were 11th and FPX were like maybe
好吧，是的，可以把你们支持的队伍可以
probably
再搞
second.
你们应援牌。
This is like the second best team behind EDG playing up against the worst. It's close.
嗯，
But I would say that FPX are a little bit better than JDG. Just because it's such a big like culture change, but like FPX don't look that comfortable, I think. Also, who's IGLing for FPX now? Because if it's based off... So there's a general rule of whoever sat in the middle is the IGL. So I know that Xiao was the IGL. But Autumn... Is Autumn IGLing for FPX now?
退了，
是的，哎，这个位置去空了一枪，第二时间的话，其实 Noah 第二时间这个 elbow 的位置危险
FPX better than JDG?
现在 FunPlus
I'd say so.
安手直接过来
I mean, like, if you're going off, like, Evolution, if you're going from, like, the most recent tournament, FPX did look really good.
但欧腾有他，欧腾想过来去堵对手的第一波，叶林直接笼罩出来，欧腾很尴尬，直接被打退了，而且 Life 也被穿的血量有点低，好像。
I will die on the hill that people are underrating FPX by a lot.
这个屁股后面来了，
嗯，
压力要给到胖豪，他知道屁股后面有人，可是这边的队友都
Good peek for Guan.
高亮光接先收了一个再拼
Great peek.
光直接是完成了一波双杀，再打一个光的。
He's gonna 30 bomb.
而且欧腾现在这个位置感觉不太好出，收掉了光，打掉了对手。
Obi's got one. Panghang has got one. Okay, they make it 9.
事情也就只有这么
Ooh.
多了。
对，没有办法，这个爆能器安置完下来，你可以看到
I don't think it's just JDG lose. So here's the tea.
还是正面全部都接
For Rare Atom, they commed as a team in English. Because they had 2 Korean players and 3 Chinese players.
这个回防其实正
With Your Man leaving and J. Kiro coming in,
的感觉了。
JDG,
在暂停
previously Rare Atom, are now common in Chinese.
队伍再追一分，
Which is going to help like players like Martin, I think, a little bit more. And Yi Hao. But like, I'm a bit worried about how Stu deals with that. And also the coach is Korean as well, Val Analysis.
而且现在是9比10，哎，
Alright, I got CB. That's nice from Autumn.
混烟单点的数位是收掉了 CB，
One is demolishing them. I've never seen anybody play like
会
this.
大大的减弱。
If this was online, people would have questions about Guan, that's for sure.
但是枪有点
Because he's never done anything like this before. Him playing on Duelist is weird, but like the stuff that he's been able to do is fantastic. He is down though, Raid Boss is down.
但后面，哎呀，
But when Xiao and Obi-Wan are still alive,
这个枪没有能够稳住啊。3打2 ，Life 手上有8发的金牌猎头。
I heard that DRG come in Chinese, but Vukasha comes in English. Yeah, I mean, that's what he told me.
枪都在市场
When they need to talk to him, they'll talk in English, otherwise they'll talk in Chinese. And I think that's why he plays on his own.
警惕自己
He just plays on his own on the site and gets 4.
的行为。
中路佳丽捡了一把枪，
哎，正面看一下啊，欧林欧是直接收掉了 Life， 那最后只剩 Autumn 了。
But they've got better. Like, I think the English for DRG is fairly good, all things considered.
打一个出其不意，第一颗闪，但是对面规避掉了，他在猜右边有人。
And they have a Russian coach as well.
在退出
Right, 10 all.
市场之后
Nova actually decent.
他的
I'm
回防抓到了侧身。
thrilled to say yes.
场上的比分已经来到了10比10啊！
They have made me eat my words massively. Because even if they lose this, they've won my heart. Like,
还有补枪做得更加的
these guys are demolishing.
哇！只要让他们一旦把这个爆能器
A question I do have is, like,
回防
do other,
嗯，
just like the Chinese fan base, did they really rate Nova low as well?
连续丢
Before the Scrimbucks
并掉了暂停回来的连续丢分，他们现在比分已经被对手追
Ryan #1 Nova
而且
fan.
经济他们是比较拮据的，而 Nova 这边的
If they win this series, I'm getting their
发现
like
最有
bundle
钱的一个人胖
when it
豪
comes out.
直接展开了回复，把 B 大师堵住。
Because they would have destroyed everybody's
他们
pick'ems.
想要把对方就进攻方的队员往
Nova's team is pretty new.
上去赶。
对，
They haven't got much experience. The teams stayed relatively the same, other than picking up Guan.
就做吸引火力，
对，欧腾打闪出来。
And then everybody else has been on the roster since like
把 Life 送到
September of last year, and they've done nothing. Like they've basically bombed out of every open qualifier
真的很难
for for the tournaments in China.
Nova 应该意识到了，这有可能是把明居。
是的，直接退了，知道你有把明居在侧道。
黑梦探信息的能力还是太强了。
How the hell is this 10-10?
一定要有一名自己的队友啊，帮忙打技能，不然这个明居的位置太容易暴露了。
但有点不凑巧的是，刚刚好保镖走了，然后黑梦给技能了，那选择打 B， 中路转 B 点的一波夹击。但正面感觉对于胖豪来说有点困难突破，中路直接打闪了 Autumn。
Oh, he's duped him. Aang's managed to clear a couple of people up through the reckoning. Panghang's got a good late lurk here. And right now, was it 2 versus 3? Molly's going to go right into that corner. Oh, Pang was just about to peek on the other side of it. And now Xiao's just got cleared. Okay, FPX have, like, steadied themselves here. That's good. There will be China VCT bundles too. Yeah, but they're coming later, is what they said. Like, around the time of Master Shanghai, I think.
转点来到了一波 A 区，可以看到包点的位置，阿阳这个位置其实是接住了。如果这个包点没有接住的话，回防方的队友太难打了。是的。
These teams are cooking. I mean, it has just descended into shithousery Valorant, it feels like.
看一下 Nova 这一分，他们感觉
要冲起来了呀，我感觉光。
是的，要打提速了，光有大，直接要打提速。
All right, we've seen this a fair few times. Prowler does connect onto live. Somebody else breaks it. The operator's there. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it off of breach stun. Life is cleared. He's allowed to peek. Raid boss is out. At least on the part of the map that like FPX is winning consistently. But this is where like FPX have kind of botched the job a little bit more because they just kind of let the mid rounds happen and Nova either holds. FPX overextend and overpeak. No, there's one on the left, one on the right. He's trying to isolate CB. Manages to get OB. And Xiao is able to at least trade him. Uses the cove to get past the alarm bot. And Pang has no idea. I would have thought he'd have heard it, but maybe just the comms are mental. Alright, and then he gets Xiao after. Really well played from Life. God pickup, I think. Like, he's sort of saving FPX here a little. Puts him on 12. And now there's a timeout from 24k. Life and Autumn together on double duelist is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Yeah, I wonder what kind of maps they'd run it on though. They picked Lotus, so they've gone back to like their tried and tested. Maybe they run a lot of chamber there too. Maybe the whole thing is that Lysor's going to rotate over to the role that TCH had. So he's going to be on the Viper a bit more. And then Life is going to be on Sentinel. Gonna see Neon Chamber Lotus. Maybe. What, and then like Viper, Omen, Gecko? Yeah, so basically what they played before, but instead of playing the Killjoy, they'll play Chamber. I mean, that'd be nice. That'd be really fun to watch. Sounds like an FPX come to me, that is true. This team likes to cook. Imagine trying to do an analyst-esque segment on this game, though. Like, what do you talk about? Do you talk about, like, Guan is just 30 bombing? Do you talk about the comp that FPX is running with the Chamber, Phoenix, Harbor, Viper? You just talk about Nova, their expectations, and the fact that they seem to be just obliterating them. This is Nova's pick, though. What language does FPX come in with Autumn? English. Might be a sort of mixed 50-50 now, but I'm pretty sure it was English before. We'll be able to know because they sometimes play like clips from the comms. And previously it has been FPX coming in English, but I don't know if that's changed. We got the Rolling Thunder for Xiao, Neon Ultimate as well, the attack op as well. Something that you'd see a lot from Autumn actually. On the same agent on different maps. And then there's a run it back from Autumn as well. Just a B main fight. I mean, I haven't really seen too much of these overall. It's like an area that Nova haven't really bothered with too much. But it's been held by both controllers, and the rest of FPX are rotating around ready for this. Stun, Horn, doesn't quite catch on to Lysol. In fact, no damage is done to him. The Seas gets both of them. No, sorry, just gets the Viper. I thought it got Berlin as well. Rolling Thunder as well, just to fight B main. Like, just breaking the Cove. Just if Lysol manages to get any more or gets out, I think Nova have botched it. He's out and safe. They get Guan as well on the rotate. The Spike is left in a really awkward spot. Guan was over here. There's no time. There's no time. Don't tell me that this is the round that they end up losing. He doesn't have time. Oh. I don't know what melons are in Chinese, but I might need to look them up. Well, it sort of ended maybe more than we expected, but you can't say that that's not an entertaining as hell map. Okay, Nova are giving it. But they have to like come back on Lotus, and I can't remember what the third map is in order to win it. But yeah, FPX probably a little bit more awkward than they would have wanted. But first game jitters, everybody has them. Let's see if Guan could do anything like that on other maps like Lotus, I guess.